after 83 presidents, we are able to come and lead us. We also want to remember some old friends, colleagues that are with us here, who are no more with us. So all our presidents do that, and after that, we will start with our first talk. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Shall we please outstanding to remember our colleagues who are calling? Names that I'm going to mention were with us, but they are no more. And today, as we gather, as Nusa is in prayer, and Mother Nusa, we're going to spend a few minutes praying for them and remembering them. We have Ebenezer Adwesi Peter, Dorinda Labi, Obin David Dauda, Uzi Anderson, Enim Charity Dompo, Asare Rosemont, Ofori Ejekun Charles, Ukai Lawrence, Pando Samuel, Jane Vanderpool, Ujo Samuel, and then the last but not the least, Joyce Jan. Can we all, in just 1 minute, be silent and pray for their soul? Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thank you. To start with, we are calling our brother, Mr. Samuel Ayibumi, one of us. When he comes, he will tell you a little about himself before he starts his talk. So our brother Samuel Ayibumi.
Good morning. Alright, so that's good. Thank you, our President, and our colleagues, our brothers and our sisters. I will tell you a bit about myself, but let me start by saying that I stand here with mixed feelings. It is a joy that we are able to come back to our roots and to meet all of you and to share our stories with you. 40 years ago, around this time, we would have finished our exams, we were celebrating and doing all manner of things trying to leave this campus. But just before we wrote our GCE exams, around May, when we were preparing for the French orals, and usually we did the French orals and the practicals before the other written papers. I was in one of the rooms and we were rehearsing. Je suis, je vais, et all those things that we were being taught, so that I could go and do my French orals. And one young man came from town, I'm from this town, and he came, I don't know how he got into the room, and he just came in and said, Brad, They said I should come and tell you that your mother is dead. Now, I didn't know how I got here. I went out of campus without agent. I don't know how it happened. I just took off, left everything, and my mother was in the village, somewhere in the eastern region. So I thought maybe a week or so before, she had had a miscarriage. She was rushed from the village, and I don't want to bore you with the story of how she labored hours, and they brought her from the village in the night. No car. There was a truck that was passing in the night and took her to the hospital. By the time they got there, no doctor. And the story is what it was. She left us together with the baby. And this was a baby she was looking for. We were all boys. She was looking for a girl. And she had had one girl who was the 10th child. This was the 11th, in the village. In the village, there was no entertainment. So that's all the entertainment she and my dad had for those days. So when we commemorate 40 years of coming back to campus, I have these reflections also about those incidents. And yes, I grew up in that village. It was 7 kilometers from the nearest school. And we walked barefooted 7 kilometers to go to the school, 7 kilometers to come back. And after you come back to the village, you went to the farm to look for mommy or daddy, help them carry some firewood or food, come back, pound fufu, which was every night. You had to pound fufu before you ate. Now, I'm telling you this because I know some of you may have similar stories or background. And maybe some of you who are even that amongst, and some of us here are German, and you know the difference. When I was here, none of my parents ever visited me. Up to university, nobody visited me because they are out there in the village and they don't even know the color of my skin. But today, I'm here with my friends, and they can all tell you their different stories. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I want to encourage you that each one of us, no matter where we came from, no matter where we were born, no matter what school you were born in, or you were trained in, you have a giant within you. And if you can awaken that giant within you, wherever you are, you'll be able to go out there and make an impact in the world. So it doesn't matter where you are now. Today, as you will see, we have lots of professionals from that village walking barefooted. And I remember in class we used to have reading time. There was only one book for reading. So you read one sentence, you pass it on to another person to read one sentence, you pass it to another to read the other sentence. And as a young boy, I really wanted to read. And after it's finished, the teacher takes the book and puts it in the cupboard and closes it. And today, I stand before you as a lawyer of 30 years standing. In fact, some of you may have heard about ECOMAN. I was the Group General Counsel and Company Secretary, the whole of the ECOMAN. the schools that you probably envy. And the Archimotas, the Brempets. And which of them again? I said, yes. They can win the National Maths and Science Quiz. One day we'll get there. But from Nifa, I was their boss. So don't underestimate your small beginnings. Never underestimate where you came from. I came from this town. And if you go to the Kofodia Junction, there is one rackety room on your left side. In those days, it was the top bar in town. It was called the Point Number 2. And when I came to junior secondary school here, my uncle owned that bar. And that's where I stayed with that uncle at junior secondary school here. And I slept in that bar. I had a mat. When from school, I would go to bring me my food. That's where I slept. And I used to joke that I always slept with the last drunkard and woke up with the first one. Because the drunkards always say that when you drink the previous night, the next morning you have to top up so that you can stabilize your system. And you knew I slept in the bar. So early in the morning, they will come and knock. Coffee, coffee. Give me water, give me water. I had no choice, I had to wake up and give them water. Okay? But here we are. So I want to encourage all of you. If you're going to make it like all the people here, I just want to share a few points with you that you have to keep in mind. Number one, believe in yourself. Have faith. Because God created all of us and gave us the same mandate to be fruitful and multiply and subdue the earth, rule over it. That's the mandate for every human being. It doesn't matter whether you are black, white, green, yellow. It doesn't matter whether you went to Motown, he said, well, God has invested that. Believe that you can be whoever you wanted to be. Hold that faith in yourself. Of course, believe in God and believe also in others. Because in life, and the world tell you, you cannot make it alone. You will need other people. So believe, faith is one thing that I want to leave with you. The other thing I want to leave with you is commitment, persistence. Now, my life has been life of persistence. I have pushed and pushed and pushed from my village up to this point. When I was in the university, and there again, none of my parents knows the color of any of my schools. I left here, I went to the mass school, and I went to Lagos. When I was in Lagos, every holiday, I had a friend who had a tipper truck. And during the holidays, I would go and be a mate in tipper truck. And those of you in Accra, you know Bawe and Mala. Yes, that place was all bush, at the woman in all those areas. I would be in the tipper truck as a mate. And when school, in university, it's not like you give me something small to go to school. But it never deterred me. Whatever I needed to do, I said, hard work doesn't kill anybody. So work hard, persist. You will have problems and challenges. Let them not deter you. And if you push to the end, you will make it. The other thing I want to encourage you to make a habit is look for problems around you and solve them. Now, you may have heard about Bill Gates. You've heard Zoom Lion. Maybe Bill Gates is far away. Zoom Lion. Maybe they are not here in Accra. And when I was in the sales form, one of our teachers used to say, in Ghana there is money in the gutters. We didn't understand. How can you say there's money in the gutter? Until Zoom Lion decided that he was going to clean this country, clean the gutters, and started cleaning. And today he's one of the richest men in the country. Because he saw a problem, instead of complaining about the problem, he decided to do something about it. Okay? So, yes, there may be problems in this school. If you begin to look for the problems and say, what can we do? Bring people together to solve those problems. You will find that in those problems is the money that you were looking for. And I have several cases of people who, through solving problems, were able to become rich. Okay? There was this young man, he was called Greg. And he heard that in some village in Africa or some places, there was children were working in a factory, and when the children are tired and they are resting, the factory owners will go and beat them to continue to work. So as one boy was being beaten, they hit him on the head. Young boy, he was 12 years, working in the factory, and they hit him on the head, and he died. So I heard this story. Greg was at that time age 11. So don't say you are too young. He was 11. And when he heard this story, he said, what? How can people be so wicked? I want to dedicate my life to help solve this problem of child labor. So he created an organization called Free the Children. I'm sure some of the seniors would have heard about this organization. Today it's a multi-million-dollar organization to help to rescue children who are in this condition. And as the owner of that organization, today he's rich. I have one of my friends is from Uganda. The first day he went to the United States, he stayed in a hotel. And after he went out, he came back, the soap that he had used had been taken away and a new one put there. The next day, he opened the soap, used it, and when he came back, the same has been done. They've taken the soap and they brought another one. So he called the cleaners and said, my dear, I don't understand what is going on here. The soap that I used yesterday, when I came, you changed it. You brought another one. Today too, you brought another one. Why? I said, oh, you see here, when you use the soap once, you don't have to use it again. We have to replace it. He said, can you repeat? You mean you will not use the soap again? So when you take it, what do you do with it? He said, oh, if somebody has used it, we just throw it away. Hey! You this white people, are you crazy or what? You mean you throw the soap away? Do you know my village? The soap, we use it that when you have the sponge and you are squeezing it. You know how you do it. You squeeze the last one into the sponge. If I want this soap, what can I do? So no, maybe you can see the managers. You want to see the managers, he spoke to them. He says, you guys are wasting this thing. I want it. He said, oh, okay, if you want it, no problem. Well, what are you going to do with it? He came up with a solution. He noticed that all the hotels, that's what they were doing. So he set up an organization called the Soap Factory, Atlanta Soap Project, in Atlanta, in the US. What was the objective? He was going to gather all this soap, remodel them, recycle them, and bring it back to his village in Africa to solve the problem of soap. So, with this, today, this project is huge. And they've gone beyond that, doing sanitation and others and other projects. The point I'm trying to make with you is this. When you take a problem and you solve it, it is from that solution that you are going to be great. It is that solution that is going to give you money. The bigger the problem you solve, the greater you become. The greater will be your influence. the greater will be your impact. So I want to encourage all of you. We all have a giant within us. But sometimes we allow circumstances, our environment, and the things people say to us to kill our spirit. Let no one deceive you. You were born great, you will become great, and you are going to be great. And I'm telling you, the people here that you are going to hear, who are going to talk to you, we're all like you here. We want the same compound. And today, each one of us is making an influence in the world. Today, I have a company that teaches leadership. I go to organizations and I teach them leadership. Where did I come from? From a village in Rapon, which is not on the map. Through Nifa. So sometimes when you say Nifa, you say, where is it? Like in Accra and those things, they think that the only schools in the world is Achimota and those things. They don't know that we to be there inside. So to end, I'm just, I'm a village boy. So in a village, after we founded our Fufu and eating, we gather around the fireside and we tell Anasisa. You know Anasisa? Yes. You tell Anasisa. Everywhere. You are missing it. You have to go back to the village. And one of the Anasisa that stood in my head as a young boy was this story about 3 young boys in the village. There was an old man in the village. Everybody said this was the wisest man in the village. Now these young boys were very naughty. So why do they say that this old man is the wisest? We are going to prove to the whole village that this old man is not wise. What did they do? They went into the bush and caught a bed. And the 3 boys came to the old man, hid the bed behind them, and said, "Old man, we have a bed in our hand. We want you to tell us something." They say you are the wisest man. Tell us, the bed in our hand, is it dead or alive? The bed was in their hand. The old man was sitting in front of them. The old man said, "Can you say it again?" He said, "Yes, old man, you are the wisest man, isn't it? The bed is in our hand. Is the bed dead or alive?" The old man says, "My children, the life of the bed is in your hands." He said, "No, old man, that's not the question. You are answering the wrong question. You are repeated. The question is the bed alive or dead?" We didn't say whether the life is in somebody's hand or pocket. And then he looked at him again and he says, "The life of the bed is in your hands." What is the meaning of that? What this means is that the bed in the hand, he said, whether the bed is alive or dead, it's up to you. If you say it's alive, it will be alive. If you say it's dead, it will be dead. Because the plan that the boys had made was this. If the old man had said the bed was alive, the one holding the bed would squeeze the leg and kill the bed and show it to the old man and say, "You see, you are not that wise after all." But if he had said the bed was dead, they would leave the bed and it will fly away. And then they will say, "You see, you are not wise. The bed is not dead. You say it's dead." And he insisted the life of the bed is in your hands. What this means for you and me is that our lives, our future, what we can become is in our own hands. Yes, our teachers will do their best. They will do their best. Their best may not be enough. Your parents will do their best. It may not be enough. We've tried with our small resources to come, and we'll continue to do something to support this school. Other groups will come and support it. It may not be enough. The government, even the government, right, is broke than all of us. Some money in the people's pocket, right now they are putting their hands in the people's pocket and taking their money away. So all these people will do their part. At the end of the day, your life is in your hands. You decide whether you want to be a president, whether you want to be a parliamentarian, whether you want to be a lawyer, a businessman, you want to be the biggest farmer in town, you want to be a pharmacist, whatever you want to be, you can become. It is up to you. Awaken that child within you today, and tomorrow you make an impact, and your name will be out there in the world. And you tell the people, I came from Nifa secondary school.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yim, for this wonderful message you have given to us. We are grateful. Now, before we move on to our next speaker, which I think I forgot to say that Madame Raine is our chairperson for this morning's program. So she will be the next person to talk to us. But before then, we want to have the musical interview. So the school choir would give us some music, then we can continue from there. Thank you. Thank you very much so far. So we at this time we call on our NOSA president, Madam Becky Vine, to continue. All protocols observed. Good morning, all. On behalf of NOSA, I take this opportunity to welcome all to the Career Day. Career Day is a significant day in the lives of students where they are given the rare opportunity to showcase their respective careers they wish to pursue in the not so distant future. Career Day has a positive influence in the minds of students as regards their future choosing careers. Career Day undoubtedly plays a major role on the psyche of students and helps accelerate their ambition and determination to reach their desired goal in life. It also makes students work harder, take their studies seriously to be able to achieve their chosen fields of endeavor. Career development comes with its own inherent challenges in this modern era of peer pressure influence, the development of technology, and the penetration of mobile phones in our society. But it could be said that students can leverage on the use of technology and the mobile phone as a tool to enhance their chosen fields of learning than to be used as a tool for the distraction of their careers. I am of the view that with dedication, hard work, commitment on the part of students, and the support of parents, guardians, and teachers, the ultimate desire can be achieved. My advice to you students is that whatever you set your minds to do and to become future is possible. That possibility can be achieved with dedication, sacrifice, faith, and perseverance. No matter, no matter your present condition, believe that no condition is permanent, and the future will always be bright. The quality of teachers, the type of academic work, and counseling will definitely shape the children in the right direction. My advice to aspirants is aspirants, you play a very significant and an invaluable role and have a huge responsibility in shaping the future of our children. Your guidance, support, and love are a prerequisite for the well-being and development of our children. As parents, you need to impact the children positively in every facet of their development. I wish all students the best in their chosen careers, and may you all be guided by the Almighty to reach self-actualization in whatever field you wish for yourselves, and invariably become better and dedicated leaders with integrity to transform our nation, Ghana, for a better tomorrow. Students, remember, and let's remain with you. You are tomorrow's leaders. God bless us all, students. God bless the first 10 students.
softness, and long rainbow steel. What's steel, man?
Hello. Thank you very much, Madam Bani, for giving us this information. We are so grateful. We call on the next person who is our brother, Mr. Lagi Brown, to also come.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I think the subject that we're talking about today is very interesting, especially understanding where we have come from and what Ms. Bang and lawyer Ayim has actually told us. It's not very different from what we have gone through ourselves. The most important thing that we're going to take out of here is that you guys are going to listen, and I'm glad that you're listening because it looks like it's a church and I'm about to preach. I am an engineer, so that's great. But the important thing, when I used to sit here like you, I didn't know what I was going to do. And one day I met a gentleman who told me that doesn't matter which school you went to, you could do anything. It was easy for me to understand that if I leave this table here, it's being supported by that, and it was going to be within the center of gravity, and it wasn't going to fall down. So engineering was an option for me. You guys need to decide, maybe you have decided already, what you're going to do in the future. Some people, what they do is, they decide that which jobs are paying better. And last night, I just went through my Google, and I went to Ghana, jobs on demand. I'm going to talk about engineering, I'm not going to talk about anything more. The first one that is paid most is civil engineering. I'm not a civil engineer, I'll come back to that. The next one is network engineering, cyber security, which is computer engineering, medical doctors, accountants, human resources, university professors, product management. Product management are people that decide how they should sell this, right? Design analysts, mechanical engineers. These are the guys that are paid most in Ghana. So you guys got to decide that if I want to get the best salary and the job I want to do, I got to decide between the two. I want you guys to decide that I'm not going to do a course that's not going to find a job. Because if you do a course that's not going to find a job, it's a waste of time. The examples that Ayim actually gave resonate very well with me. We grew up in a village. We did all the things he said. It's not different. We came to the fashion school. We're looking up to friends that came from Adisaba College. And the mighty thing that's sitting in you is for you to decide that I'm going to go to the schools that's going to make me. So when I came here first year, I made up my mind that I was going to make the O levels to go to Adisaba College or Advancement College. That's where I was able to do my maths, physics and chemistry. I wasn't good at biology, not because I didn't want it, but I thought that I preferred the maths was easy. And if I look back, I can see my mates studied together, worked together. If you look back, you see that. So for me, just a brief history. When I left here, I went to South College to do my physics, chemistry, mathematics. I went to Kumasi to do engineering, metallurgical engineering. To do metallurgical engineering. When I finished, I was fortunate. I was taken as a teaching assistant to lecture there. And I got a job as a sales engineer. I went to sell mining equipment and products. Then I went to work with CSR as a research officer. Then I did my master's and went back to university. They thought that I was good enough. They decided that I should lecture in university. So can you imagine somebody from the fashion school lecturing in the university? Okay. All right. So I go back. I lectured for a few years, and I went to do a PhD in one of the best universities in Australia. The subject I want to stress is that there are little children sitting here today that will become our presidents, our ministers, and they will tell us what. So do not be left of yourself. Now, if you want to do engineering, that's why I'm here today. I'm not going to talk about the laws. I'm not going to talk about the documents. That's all today. If you are thinking of engineering, there's a lot of engineering programs you can do. You can become a mechanical engineer, you can become a civil engineer, you can become an electrical engineer, you can become an chemical engineer, you can become a materials engineer, you can become an aerospace engineer, you can become a telecom engineer, you can become a petroleum engineer, you can become anything engineering. Right? I'm sure somebody designed the dresses you are wearing. All right? Design is an aspect of engineering. Right? So you decide what you want to do. But the important thing is that at this stage, the only thing you can do is to decide that I'm going to do the sciences. I'm going to do physics, I'm going to do chemistry, I'm going to do biology, I'm going to do mathematics. Biology, you can go to the medical school, the biological. You can actually become a biological engineer where you design the stuff that we need for biological stuff. All right? So, the strength that you need is your maths. If you study physics at a higher level, it's basically mathematics. Mathematics is one of the easiest things. I don't know who your math teacher is, but it is. It is. If I leave this one here, it's because I'm not positioning the center at the right level. Simple. That is my marriage. Don't let anybody deceive you that math is difficult. Every market, if you go to the market, I've seen people that have never been to school. I give them 200 Ghana cedis and I buy stuff, and all of a sudden they do the mathematics and they tell me the number. How much different you pay to be bad? We are not different from them. So please, don't ever let anybody tell you math is difficult. Physics is the same. It is like mathematics. You just have to do the numbers, do the right thing. If they say A equals B, it means B equals to A. All right? And as soon as you move A to the other side, cross the other side, they say if more, let's divide, let's divide. It's the same. It doesn't change. We learn all the same. All right? So, again, I want to go back to the point. If you do mechanical engineering, you can do many other things. So you don't have to do mechanical engineering and say that that's what I'm studying. All right? When I graduated as a metallurgical engineer, I became a salesman. The subject I was going to follow was going to do marketing afterwards. But I got interested in something else and I changed over. So you, at this stage, what you need is to understand that there are options that you have that are available in engineering that you can choose. So if at bachelor's level you decide that you want to do something else, you can do marketing. They're running the legal department as well, right? They won't be better than. But the point is, because they will have the technical background of the subject area, the problem, right? Civil engineers, I've seen civil engineers that do many things as well. You can become a structural engineer from civil engineering, because with civil engineering, they know this. They know the support system they need, and they can be doing structures. Structures either underground, highways, or the buildings that we're doing here. Electrical engineers are everywhere these days, right? And you can be electronic engineers. Electronic engineers are moving into computer engineering now. And I tell you what is going to pay most is computing, cybersecurity. Whilst we're talking on our phones, some people are trying to scam us. And so we need security people that will stop them from scammers. In fact, some of the scammers are experts in the scam, right? So we have to study more. So cybersecurity has become an issue that is paid probably in the Western world, is probably the most paid job, right? So look, if you play with your computer and you're thinking that you can do it, it takes a short course for you to go and do after here and get into IT. You can do IT, which is just basically the programming aspect, or you can do the engineering, which actually fixes the machine. All right? And then the people that will convert the mathematics, because in fact the computer is becoming it's an AI, it's talking to us these days. So somebody is actually programming the artificial intelligence to talk, to do the things that you do. All right? And that's engineering, basically. Right? If you did what I did, I did metallurgical engineering. You can work in the mines, you can teach. I did all of them. Right? You can teach, you can work in the mines. I studied materials engineering. So the people that say what materials should go into civil engineering, we teach them. All right? They do materials engineering as well, but the expert is in a separate department. You can do petroleum engineering. Fortunately, we have petroleum in our country at the moment. I hope it will last. Telecom has become something that we can also study. So I think that what I want to do in the next 5 minutes, and I'll finish, is if you guys have any question, I want to say that what you need to study, you guys will decide that. And if it's in an engineering, remember that the opportunities are widespread. And in fact, when we were in the ordinary level, we realized that as I did the sciences, I had the option to do geography, economics, and mathematics. I had options to do physics, chemistry, biology, and I had the option to do physics, chemistry, mathematics. You have a wide place to go, but as the hymn said, you need to have the element in your heart that you are able, and if you can do anything you want to do. Stop here. If anybody has any questions, I'll take it.
All right. Thank you very much. I think the questioning time, we have a few minutes for questions and later on, so that we can all. So if you have any questions, please write it down. Okay, when we all have finished, we'll give time for you to ask questions. Now we have you sitting for a while. So we want to get up, think, and then shake our bodies more. So I wish the fire would think, Eradi said, Yawayamania, Asidampuan, Namidamabu. Eradi said, Yawayamania, Asidampuan, Namidamabu. Eradi was
found me. I remember when we spoke intercolleges and we were doing intercolleges at Cambodia Tech, and there was a coach. I remember his name is Mr. Kwachi Ansa. He looked at me and said, "Mary, you can be a nurse." I'm like, "Hell no, I ain't doing no nursing." I know then when you go to nursing, you have to like give medication, give injection, and I wasn't into that at all. But tell you what, I went to the US and nursing found me. I've been in the field for 23 years now. Very rewarding. Nursing is not only giving medication or giving injections. Nursing, I always equate nursing to the military. You know, the military, they have like carpenters, engineers, they have. Nursing, you can be in your PJs. You still be nursing, I mean, giving advice and things to people, and you get paid as a nurse. As a nurse, you can be a psychiatric nurse, you can be even breastfeeding, showing people how to breastfeed. There's a nursing part to it. Nursing, it's like, it's, I mean, it's endless. It's endless. And you have 4 stages, I mean, 4 certification or 4, whatever you want to call it. You start with associate, you have your bachelor's, you have your master's, and then you do your doctorate. I'm at the 3rd one. I just finished with my master's. So it's something that you can do. If you have like men, ladies all going to nursing, and the men are taking over girls, you better do something about it. Men are going into nursing, and I'm not saying nursing is the only thing. I know people are talking about. I mean, somebody talked about engineering, rather talk about law and things. But nursing, it's like I say, it's not only. Okay. So in nursing, you can do a whole lot of nursing. Nursing is not only like I say, giving medication, but as a nurse, you are an advisor, you are an advocate. People cry on the shoulder. Right now, in my work, I work in Brooklyn Hospital. It's in the US, in New York, Brooklyn Hospital. In the ER, every night we have at least, the least we get is about 250 patients coming to the ED every day. And I'm in charge of the ED. Can I even imagine somebody, well, let's just like you. All I can get is I was the tallest one, and you can see me as tall as I am right now. But we, like Mr. Stevie had said, we had no idea that this is that are going to happen to us. So it's perseverance and consistency. And now I'll share something to the girls, because I know the girls sometimes you feel like you finish with now it's what 10 years, what got not from 5 anymore, but it's something 3 or whatever that is. Yeah, SS3. Okay. You finish with the SS3, some of them will be like, I don't have anything else to do as a girl. I might as well do something that is not. No. Girls have power. Girls have power. You can do it all. I'm not teasing you guys. I'm not. But we have, I remember with primary school, we have a book that we used to read by Dr. Agri that says that if you educate a man, if you educate a woman, so girls, you can do it. I know you can do it. And it's not all about, a lot of things that I can say. Okay. So girls, this is what I'll tell you. I know, and I know, I mean, you can't deny it. Teenage pregnancy is on the prevalent. You can tell me girls sitting here that you have not done it in this school before. You have done it. Who has said, like when you go to black and say, hands in the air, you have not done it. But the thing is, you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very, because the guys, they get you pregnant, they go on. How about you, the girl? If you don't have a good support system, your life is ruined for life. You don't have good support system, your life is ruined for life. The boy, they will go on and probably not even marry you. Okay, so girls, be very, very careful. Guys, they they don't think with their head. You know what they think, right? It's the girls who think with their head. So if anybody is to approach you on certain issue like that, tell them, okay, it ain't gonna happen. But we were very, very straightforward. We have analysis like this. So the girl, you very careful. Say, I don't know. I don't know if you have a small hospital here. They're supposed to give condoms. I'm not saying go and have sex, but they're supposed to give condoms to the boys. If you have to do it, use one again. You have no idea. That's the girl. If you have sexual transmitted disease, not only gonorrhea. The gonorrhea, you can have some herbal things and maybe get away with it. But the things that they can do to you, you don't want to know. So please, whatever, if the guy comes and says, look at Charlie, what are you So, you shouldn't be shy. You have your teachers, you have like people you can confine. Talk to them. Talk to them. I mean, right now, we have this issue as to, people stigmatizing you, you can talk to people about certain things, especially about yourself. As a woman, you should feel confident about yourself. You should. I don't care how your body look like. Embrace it. Embrace it. And go on. Like Obama would say, what? If you happen to fall down, get up, dust yourself off, and keep moving. Black Sherry, I love his song. When you go 10 times down, you do up. Come up 10 times up. That's what I'll leave with you. Because I know girls strong and you can do it. Thank you.
Taking something from it. You are learning so much from it. So it is, we will hear you and we will hear you and you have become big in the future. So I would just like to add something small to what our sister has just talked about in regard to nursing as a career. I'm also a nurse. I'm a nursing tutor. Okay, so I want to just say that if you decide to choose nursing, which we have realized that so many of our young ones are coming into the nursing schools, some of them not because they love it. Mary told you that nursing found her. We have some few people who came into nursing because nursing found them. It means it wasn't their choice in the first place, but they come in and they love it. There are others too who are pushed, and that is what we are seeing these days. They are being forced into nursing. Go into nursing, when you finish, you get work to do. And we have had a lot of political about it. You have allowance. But the allowance, I want to tell you that it comes, but it doesn't come regularly. So don't think that because of the allowance you want to come there. We want you to come with a good heart. A heart that is ready to care. Because it is so much involving. It is so much involving. So we have been saying that it is an calling. If you want to know, nursing is not just the OPD where they call people to come. And the doctor is ready to attend to your check temperature. a small to it. The person is vomiting. You have to ensure that you serve the person with vomitous bowl. The person is poo-poo is what we call it, diarrhea stools, and you are there to clean the person up. You bath the person and do so many other things. So I want you to know what goes into the profession you want to do before you come in, so that they don't force you into it. Some want to do journalism, but the parents, because they don't have finances, they say go into nursing. Some also want to do nursing, and they are doing a break. They have a different pathway. They are doing visual arts. Nursing in Ghana, they want to come. We pick those who are doing science. You call it general science. Yes, those who are doing science, biology, chemistry, and physics. And then those who are doing general arts, the cons, what we call it, geography, and the rest. And then those who are doing home econs. We pick those who have the food and nutrition option. We don't pick those who are doing clothing and textiles. Have you understood it? Oh, so if you want to come to nursing, choose these pathways. Then you can. Those who are doing accounting, we don't do nursing. I mean, nursing in Ghana, we don't pick those who are doing accounting. Those who are doing horticulture and the rest, we don't pick those people. So please, if you want to come to nursing, ask for more information, not only nursing, but other areas. You have a student, a research fellow, a research person. Look for information. Now you have the internet available to you. The whole world is in your hands. Look for information before you make that step, so that you don't go the wrong way. Have you understood? And then the last thing I would also add is that, yes, it looks as if we are all talking about the ladies, because we are the vulnerable, we are the people that are, how would I say it? People who are can easily be influenced. Okay? So, and then when you are influenced and you go the wrong way, it affects your future. So we want to say that there are some people that their parents are not supporting you. Not that they are not supporting, they would have loved to, but some of the families, they don't have it. So that sometimes you are here, if somebody dream out, you don't even have it. And because of that, you become a prey to the rich men around who call you and give you these things. Small money that you need to keep going. It's not there. But somebody offers you beautiful things. And when I hear that people are using fried rice and indomie to entice girls, this won't help. These things, don't follow these things. Your future is very, very important. Talk to your parents, talk to your teachers. If you need this help, talk to them. And they'll find ways to help you or support you. Instead of going and following men. It is not only the pregnancy, like Mary said, not only the pregnancy, but hepatitis is there waiting for you. HIV/AIDS is there. Gonorrhea is also there. So please be careful. Be very careful. Thank you very much.
They joined us and they were very sharp. In fact, the competition they gave us was awful. Today, we stand here at 40 years talking to you, and the objective is only one: to motivate you. Yesterday, when we did the commissioning of the entrance, I saw how energetic you people were, how happy you were, how you exhibited your joy for that entrance. couldn't help. I almost wept. I have recorded a series of the events that took place yesterday, and I'm going to keep them for life. In fact, I was supposed to attend a meeting yesterday with the Minister of Finance, but I decided that I would choose attending the 40th anniversary celebration because it is a lifetime event. That it wasn't going to happen again in my life. So it was very important to me. I came to the First School in October 1979, I think, if my memory serves me right. And before I set foot on this campus, my parents gave me only two advice. My mom told me that, Kwesi, as you go to school, whatever you do, pray. But my father warned me that if I dare impregnate any woman, that'll be the end of me. I'll be brought home and you'll take care of the woman and the baby. And this stuck at the back of my mind. So I was never at morals. No morals. Then please pardon me. And I was fixed. It was by my books. When I set off, I entered the classroom. When the French master entered, one is a someone Asari. But if you persevere, you get to where we are also getting to. I didn't understand anything. And I was like, wow, why have my parents brought me here? To be disgraced? No. So I made it the point that by the close of the first term, I should be among the first 10 who are speaking French. But we use the book of PRSC. By the end of the first 3 months, I could recite the entire PRSC. And in the French class, I was the first in the first term. Even though I never spoke French. Whoa. I know what, because of that piece of advice I had from my parents, in the first of the term, I think 124 or so, the normal row. If my memory serves me right, I was also the first in the class. The entire class. Because I was challenged. My family, nobody had been to French before at the time. And if there are sisters who were first in class, they don't have the opportunity to be in French school. So you being at the front is an opportunity that has opened up to you. It's a door that will lead you to your future. If you miss it, you have missed everything. I want to challenge you today. Like the Bible said, be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners. Once you have entered this place, don't let anybody deceive you. Pick your life with your hands. Like our brother Eric said, your life is a bed. You can either make it or make it. Look, the whole world, like Professor Ahoy said, success has many fathers. Failure is an orphan. If you fail, you are an orphan. If you succeed, you are a friend of everybody. Make it a point to succeed no matter what. To succeed, you would have to be dedicated in the use of your time. God created 24 hours for each one of us. If you decide that for all the lessons we have in a year, for every day you are going to add 2 hours as extra hours to study, you make 360 hours, 10 hours for yourself. And believe me, nobody can beat you if you do that. It's hate to waste your time on unnecessary things. You'll be an orphan. And nobody wants to be an orphan. Are you with me? when I left Nifa Secondary School, then I had to go to sixth form. So I had to spend one whole year farming. I had to go farming for a whole year, make sure the crops are ready for me to sell before I moved to sixth form. When I entered sixth form, got so good. I kept pushing. Today, I'm a chief accountant with several years' experience. And I love to say, see, in service, there's greatness. I love to say, after sixth form, I had to go to Accra. I went to meet my brother, who, introduced me to a certain man. And though the man was wealthy, he decided that I should be his housekeeper. After sixth form in 1986, I left sixth form in 85. I done my national service from 86. And October 86, I was a houseboy. Sixth form at the time. Are you with me? But I didn't see that as the end. Because see, for life, it's the end that justifies the means. It is not the means that justifies the end. You understand? If you have all the money today, but in the end you are not to accomplish anything, you have achieved nothing. But if you are broke today and in the end you are a rich man, would you be happy? So it's the end that justifies the means, not the means you have now. So I was working with this man. In fact, I worked so hard in his house that a point came when he decided that he got me a job, and he got me to customs. But when we were about to get into customs, 66 of us were interviewed. Only 11 of us were recruited, and I was the first to be recruited. And I'm saying all this not because I want to blow my mind. I want to encourage you that if you work hard, success will come. So if you work hard, success will come. But if you decide not to work hard, you will not succeed. And life, if you don't succeed in life, it's very challenging. So I want to encourage you that Nifa, never look down on Nifa. Never ever. You are lucky. We are in a very serene environment. Look at the weather that's around you. There's no noise around. You see, better fresh air you have. All you need to do is to use your time purposefully. And when you do that, you accomplish it. As I speak, I am the head of petroleum within the GRA. So, every liter of fuel that comes petrol downstream, every liter of fuel that passes through this country, I stand accountable for it. All the taxes on it, I record and account to government. Very challenging. And I bet you can really become better. I want to introduce accountancy to you. Accountancy is a profession of numbers. It's not about mathematics. Accountancy is not about, it's about being logical, being able to think logically, and being focused. It demands some time and energy. When I started accountancy, I then started work. So I was working in schooling. I would go to work close at 5 o'clock, attend classes between 5 and 8. I get home by 9:30, I had my meals. I would sleep for 3-4 hours. By 12 o'clock, I was up. I would take it to the following day. And you have to do that for years. Then you qualify. Then they say you're a chartered accountant. You can't do both work and academics and experience. And it demands integrity. I want to urge you. Currently, there's a lot of resources on the internet. If you want to read accountancy, even after SS, you can start. But I wish that you complete your first degree and then you put your hands to accountancy. You can pass. It is not an examination that is not passable. Several accountants, and like myself, several people are qualified. So you can also qualify. When you qualify, I would say that these days we are talking about multiple professions. If you're a good accountant, you combine law, you combine taxation, and then you add IT, you're on top of the world. And with the accountants, there are several other courses. Law is part of accounting. You read part of law, you read part of management, you read a lot. So by the time you're done, the brain is open for you to enable you to study other professions. So I will urge you. We'll leave our details. If you choose and you think you haven't challenged, we'll make our contacts available. If you reach us, we'll share our experiences with you. But I'm saying that Nifa is offering you a unique opportunity to be what you are. Don't miss it. If you miss the opportunity, you will regret it. Several people have missed it like that. Look at all these gentlemen and ladies who are seated by men of advanced profession, knowledge, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Won't you want to be like one of us? You are invited to join us. That's my thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thompson. All right. We would have loved that each and every one seated here would have to stand here and talk. But then, time is not on our side, and if we stay talking for too long, we become bored. So we would have our last two speakers, and then we'll bring everything to a close. So we call on our Reverend Samuel Odui.
Bow your head and let's pray. We are praying, so please bow your head and let's pray. Father, we thank you for this gathering. We pray that you impact knowledge. In Jesus' name, amen. So, I want to talk briefly about the fun factor in every individual's life. No matter the profession, there is a seed of God that is planted in every individual. Some despise it, some cling onto it. There is a narrative in the book of John, chapter 4. I'm reading just the verse 10, and do some 2 minutes deduction from the scripture. Verse 10, John chapter 4. Jesus answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, the gift of God, emphasize. And who there is that said to thee, give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water, the gift of God. Give us that living water that sustains us till we die from this earth. A lot of us take chances. But when I was in Nifa, I was very gentle. Listen. Even though I was not going to the SU, rather I was gentle. days, hearing the Lord has called me to ministry, were very much surprised. Very much surprised. Those at the time who were almost every now and then at the SU meetings, they are rather into different fields. And those of us, gentle but quiet, now all that I'm trying to do and to say is, if you check the verse 10 of the scripture I've just read, if you know the gifts of God, every individual, as God has created all of us, is being given some gift, some sort of gift. But even in this scripture, it tells you that the gift God gives to you and I becomes like a fountain. It flows every day. It feeds you every day. It sustains you every day. It equips you every day. And that makes you to receive that energy to be an engineer, a carpenter, a lawyer, and name it. There is that gift of God. If you at this level, you may not know your left and right, your choice and what have you. But I want to tell you, you still have the gift of God. Nurture it, and surely, the God that rewards will bring you out of the lot and make you great. Most of the times when we are talking about career, we are looking at the doctor, the lawyer, the this. Most of the time we do not think about the pastor. Actually, most of the times it's the last resort. When you try all others and it seems it's not working. But then that is the most important area of all the ministries of earth. Right? You serve humanity. You serve God. Hallelujah. So, when we were kids, before Nifa, two professions were very important. Two. The teacher and the pastor. Yes. Very important. Even today, there is this day that when your kids come from school, when you tell them something, you say, teacher say. When you are telling him or her, you say, teacher say. The teacher say. When teacher say, then your papa may say, also say, teacher say. So, your brothers, your sisters, you can be our children. We've gone through this way before, and we've gained experiences. And we are imparting today these experiences to you, knowledge to you. If you don't take it, we all come from the village, except Merikwa. She's a Tema girl. So, the village style, the village life, if you don't take things serious, And you are like Lawyer Yin from the village, Engineer Labi from the village, and myself from the village, and things go against you, you end up back to the village. Many times when I get back to the village and I look at some of my age mates, colleagues, I weep. They come to me, if you give somebody at the village 5 Ghana cedis, he or she sees you as a God. Graciously, I travel a lot around the country, and people are looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cedis. Beloved, please be serious with your life. That gift of God in you, there's already a provision of water to nurture that gift of God. Nurture it, grow with it, you become great. God bless you.
The God factor, very important. Thank you so much. So the last on our list is our own President One.
The champion president. I'm not from the village. A Baba boy. My dad was in the army. Now there's a saying that all professionals can post. The accountant can post, the architect can post, the health worker can post, the lawyer can post, but the teacher taught them all. I'm a teacher by profession. But I'm no more in the service. I think I taught for 9 years and I moved on. Currently, I'm an HR specialist. And just as the others said, but I'm the country manager of a mining company. I have people who have attended Achimota, St. Augustine's, Anisado, St. Roses. Name all the schools. They are all under me. And I attended Nifa. What I want to say is, take your studies very, very seriously. Take your studies very seriously. Don't take that. Those people who attend those schools are better than you. No, they are not. So take your studies very, very seriously. I want to be very, very brief. I want you to keep this in your hearts. The motto of the school: integrity and service. If you have integrity, there's no job that you cannot do, and there's no way you cannot go. Keep that in your heart. Service. They say service to God, service to man, service to country, and service to yourself. So please, don't joke with the school motto. Integrity and service. If you have integrity, you can be on top of If you don't have, no matter how rich you become, you will come down. So please, that's how to give it to you. Integrity and what? Thank you.
We have 5 minutes to ask for you to ask questions. 5 minutes. Have any question, any present question you want to ask. Any of our presenters, any of anything that is bothering you want to ask.
Right. Hey, well, you have to what? Seriously?
Good morning, my friends. I thank you I thank you for the opportunity to me to ask a question. If I want to ask if maybe ask you explain to teachers and how many careers that you want to achieve, but you don't actually know the one that you want to get on so that you can maybe achieve a goal in the future. Maybe you are good in this course, you want to become a financial accountant and also be a journalist. Maybe your hobby is to talk a lot and also a reporter. So maybe you are full with careers in your mind. So how can you tell me that I want to be maybe based in the future? How can you achieve it? How can you
Hello, colleagues. We thank you for your question. You say you have so many things in your head, but you don't actually know what to do with a particular course. What you have to do is you always have to know your interest in the course that you are doing and your performance in the subject that you are doing. If during your terminal reports and those things, the report that's coming out, if you know that the subjects are good in business, you are scoring good marks in business, then it means your interest goes there. When you are scoring good marks in science, then you have to make sure that your interest is going in the science side. Then look at the opportunities there. Well, I would actually advise you to look through what your performance goes, and that will let you stand and then choose the actual thing instead to be in the future. Thank you.
So to add to what my brother said, you see, for instance, if you did science, you are likely to divert to any other course going forward. So if you choose accounting, accounting there are several subjects that are embedded in accountancy: mathematics, economics, law, several services. So when you have that base, okay, you can then top up with any other profession you want. You can be an accountant and be a lawyer and be a journalist and several others, a marketing officer or anything. So if you find that you are good at this mathematics and English language, go ahead. Do that. Or if you find that your English and maths is good, choose accounting. You have a very strong base, and then in the future you can add several other courses. I think that's my advice.
Please, I wanted to know if it's advisable for us, those of us who are not academically good, to venture into learning of trade, apprenticeship, and the rest. That our
I was supposed to talk about trade, men and women as well, but because of time, we couldn't talk about that. It's a great opportunity. When I used to be a young man, all the ladies wanted to marry a taxi driver because it's only a taxi driver that could pay money. Nowadays, the masons, the carpenters, the electricians, they have the money because the job is there. The hairdressers, the what have you, the seamstresses. If you think accord and social work, vocational studies, right? If you think you're not academically good, you have this opportunity to just study the basic English and mathematics because everywhere you go, everybody speaks English. If you sell and buy whatever services you provide, somebody got to pay you, and you got to give a change, or you got to give a receipt. You got to understand that simple mathematics. So maths and English will take you everywhere. But if you think that you can design best, you can sew a dress that will fit me, and I can pay for it, please go ahead. By the time you get out of here, you should make the necessary connection. Hairdressing is paying a lot everywhere. The ladies pay for finger or whatever. I don't know what it's called. Right? Go do it, and that will be very good. So tradesmen and tradeswomen, carpentry, we have a brother who's a manager in the carpentry shop. They are getting all the money. Please, go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Yes, yes, I want to know. It's not necessary being not good academically before you enter into any trade. I'm a carpenter. But I tell you, the whole Ghana at the moment, Carpentry Association, I'm the chairman. I know every in and out of carpentry. Carpentry, we have two sides. We have carpentry and joinery, and then we have construction. I've blended the two because of Nifa. I know carpentry, I know construction. At the moment, I'm doing a mighty project in Kumasi based on my upbringing from Nifa. It's not necessary. I ended up with my own A level. That's all. I don't have a degree. I don't have anything. But my passion from class one is to be a carpenter. And I love the carpentry. I started being a production manager at Pogas. Maybe some of you know Pogas. I started being a production manager at Pogas. I worked with Pogas for just 6 months, and I was given Toyota Hilux, pickup, full air conditioning. Look at it. Just a carpenter. From Pogas, I left Pogas, I went to Kasako as a production manager, as a carpenter. I have my company, and I love to be called a good carpenter. Thank you.
Thank you very, 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 very much for sharing all these rich experiences. We are very grateful. Now,
flyer. He started picking cabbage, not what we call water. He started small way, and now look at him. Have you understood it? Not that he didn't have the education, he had it, but he felt that he could start something small like that. So don't look at the hairdresser or the dressmaker as nobody. If you have been educated, the one who hasn't gotten any formal education, like classroom education that you are having, and she's trading in the market. When you, as who has a formal education, goes into the same business, there should be some difference. Because you have knowledge into certain fields, and therefore you would rather polish it and make it bigger. The same dressmaker, they now call them for designers. Kind of what it's called. Fashion designers. And then they have something to it. So don't, yes, watchmen, we call them watchmen. They are now so you can also, with your knowledge, your education, you can also polish and get higher in whatever you think you can do it. Thank you very much.
And the doctors and whatnot, they are all here. But nowadays, someone attends an interview, wants to become a pastor or whatever, and he's asked the question, are you a child of the man's? Where are you going? Are you a child of the man's? Which means if your father or you don't have any root in that profession, you will not be. You will not be allowed. Yes, the lawyer is here. Yes, ask them. Yes, if you attend the interview, they ask you. If you don't have a father or an uncle who is a lawyer, it means if you don't take it, you are going to be failed in the interview. What in the medical field, it's the same thing. What? Madam Medical.
Unfortunately, we live in a country where some of these things are really difficult to avoid. I have mates that went to medical school and they didn't have a suit to wear. It was a requirement that you should have a suit and they didn't have it. In the interview, they asked them. But the ones that are really good, they couldn't, refuse to take them, admit them to the programs. Look, the person you're asking, we cannot address it. That is a disease in the system our country lives in. It is not in some of the places that some of us work, because if this happens in some of the countries, the people that interview you will lose their job and they'll never have the opportunity to work. So, please, I think that what you guys need is not to worry about those challenges, they are real. What you have to do is do your best, what you're supposed to do now, and then that will open the gates for you. All right?
And I also think that this is where the God factor comes.
Good afternoon. I just want to draw your attention to the fact that in the formal world, you need to work hard. You need to make sure that you have the skills, you have the competencies, you are so good that you are indispensable to the department, you are indispensable in the organization. Just in case somebody knows you and they bring you into the organization, be mindful of the fact that failure is waiting for you. That person himself will be transferred. That person may be fired. That person cannot always be there for you. So do not think that you
what we need is a network. These days, I feel very sad when kids like you think that to go to school, to get a job, you must necessarily know somebody. That is not true. There are people out there who were taken purely on merit. And believe you me, it is not always, in fact, I don't think that formally, at a formal interview, any panelist can ask you to tell them how you are connected to the organization before they employ you. These things may be done informally, and that's not true. But in the organization, whilst they are doing a formal interview to employ you, they won't ask you to tell them who your daddy is, who your mommy is. If you are not connected, then they show you the door. You can go and report them, they will be in trouble. Bear that in mind. Do not think that if you don't know anybody, if you come from some humble beginnings, you are doomed. I get that a lot and it worries me because you've heard people from humble beginnings who have told you their stories. I have interviewed people, I have led organizations. If I hear you say that, if I hear anybody reporting you that you are recommending people for employment based on who they know, you are out of the door. Please do not, when you live here, be mindful of the fact that you will be taken based on merit. Your merit will earn you a promotion. Your merit will earn you the top job. If you do not have what it takes, even if you get to the top, you cannot stay there. Thank you.
All we have said. So we want to call on our chairperson to make the closing remarks.
Me eligible say na yeshim ya say ya kupe for naka ya me pesa me ka kire mu nyina na se mama to school na se if you free and so and and to school na se your destiny it's in your hands me say the only people for there is still only people so I know the live fear your papa child their pressure. Look, with me pass school, 8 o'clock, we home, a man, we home, me, see, over for ye, yes, say, my mother say, a man, I'm going to soup on them. But you need it, as a son, and where they pray or home, won't so, won't say about it. I'm on child. Yes, I'm one evening, the neighbor said, if we said, or him and me friend, I'm a free feet, Emma, maybe I have a die, or say the same, you buy true. Then I'm okay. Monsieur is for you, Ubena Uku, Umquadia, Ubeta